All right, y'all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is when you watch this video, just make it apply. Remember, divination is confirmation. If I'm telling you something that your spiritual team haven't told you already, don't listen to me. Messages always flow internally first. The only time your ancestors, Orishas, will give it to you externally is when you're not listening, is if your third eye chakra is blocked or something in that nature. So make sure we're paying attention to the messages. And that's what this message is about, the importance of listening to messages. Y'all, if you can notice, I'm still home. I was not supposed to be back at the house today. I actually had to go to work. I had to go out of town for Monday and Tuesday. Good thing it's still here in Arizona, but it was like 3, 4 hours away. Ooh, when I tell you, let's first of all let's take a moment and just thank our team. Let's all take a moment and thank our team. Thank you Lagoon, thank you Spirit Guys, thank you Ancestors, thank you Sarah Banda, thank you Orisha, thank you Yeshua, thank you Oladumare, thank you Olaroon, thank you Olafi. We want to make sure that we're thanking our team always. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all listen. I was at my altar the other day and I heard the deities as plain as day that they told me to. I can't tell you the ritual because it's an Ifa ritual, and Ifa rituals are secret. I keep it a secret just to respect the religion. I wish that some of these things I can teach because it's really beneficial. It will be really beneficial for some of you guys to know this stuff, but when these are like hoodoo rituals and stuff like that, I don't mind sharing them. But when they're Ifa rituals, I can't share them. They're supposed to be private. Your Babalawo is supposed to teach you. You know, these are secrets that they only give the people that's initiated. So I wish I can share it with you. But when I was at the altar, the Orishas Sarabanda spoke to me as good as day. They were like, I want you to take one of the things on the altar, which was an offering. It was an offering that I gave, and they were like, oh, I want you to take this, and I want you to put it in the spiritual bath. And I was like, why? Because I'm like, this spiritual bath that you're telling me to do, the elements that you're telling me to take off the altar and put in a spiritual bath, I'm like, this is a spiritual bath to prevent death. It's to prevent you from dying. And I'm like, why are you telling me to do this spiritual bath? That's what I'm worried about. Like, what? Why the hell are you telling me to take this spiritual bath? And regardless, I was just like, I'm gonna take it, because you're directly telling me to take it. So if you're telling me to take it, it's for a reason. But I'm like, the whole time in my head, I'm like, this is a spiritual bath to prevent death. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? And so I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And today I was driving to where I was supposed to go. I was driving to Cottonwood. And this is the second time that somebody has sent me death magic. This is the second time, and it happened in the same, very similar ways. Very similar ways. So someone has been sending me witchcraft since, I want to say, August of last year. But every single time, the only reason why it haven't affected me greatly, and you guys still see me on here, and you like, I would have never known. And the only reason you see me on here is because of what I just told you. When I'm at my altars, my Orishas will tell me a lot of stuff. They'll tell me to do A, B, C, and D. And I tell you it. So as they're sending me the stuff, I've already did a ritual to cleanse it away. So when it get here, it doesn't affect. And so, the Orishas has been really good, and Sarah Banda has been really good at warning me at what type of magic is coming my way, and allowing me to defend myself before it even gets here. And that's one of the reasons why it hasn't been able to land and it hasn't been able to take root. I think, sometimes when people are doing witchcraft on someone, they think just because, something happened that they got the victory, but it's like, no, bitch, you didn't get no fucking victory. What happens is what God allows to happen. And it's like, majority of the time God would do it for, the other person benefit. Like, for example, like I said, this been happening like last year since August, where I'm just like, it started with the job I had, where people at the job start acting different. And keep in mind, when somebody is under witchcraft, yes, at the end of the day they still have free will, but some of the stuff you got to learn how to forgive, because when somebody is under a spell, I mean, you just got to keep in mind they're under a spell. So let's keep that in mind. They have free will, yes, but have a little mercy and understand that they are under a spell. I hold nothing to any of these bitches that was under a spell that did something to me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it just was a spell. I was at the job, and now keep in mind, I'm very thorough with the things that I do. I'm very educated in the things that I do. When I do something, I learn it inside and out, and everybody knows that. That's one of the reasons why I have always. That's one of the reasons why I have always been able to land jobs and things like that, because I'm very good at what I do because I study, and so every single day my job is singing my praises, because I just helped them out through a huge sexual harassment problem that, if I wouldn't have handled it as in the way that I did, the company would have been out a lot of money, and so I was able to help them out. I mean, and the girl was just lying. It's not like, I helped out the bad guy. The girl was just lying. But, if they didn't have that, HR knowledge on their side, this girl would have won that lawsuit and it would have been crazy. But I was able to save the company a whole lot of money just by, going in, doing my job, and knowing my job inside and out. And so, every single day they would sing my praise. They would be like, oh my gosh, we're so happy that, we have, Rashad here, he's an expert, blah, blah, blah. And it went from that to, out of the blue, I started, or I didn't start, they start, like, especially the owner, start feeling different towards me. He was just kind of like, I don't think I like you no more. And you can see, I seen a lot of stuff coming, and I'm like, here we go, here we go. Instantly, I start doing divination, and I start connecting with the Orishas and stuff like that. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? This little white nigga is, I'm like, this little white nigga, he don't like me no more. What am I supposed to do? And, the deities told me everything on all the steps and stuff that I needed to take, and they told me that things was getting ready to happen very fast. And I'm like, okay. And the next day, I know they were saying like, oh, we need to talk to you. When they brought me in the office, it was three of them. They were trying to do like a tag team thing, thinking that it was gonna intimidate me, and that it was that I was gonna eventually like leave or whatever. And I'm telling you, they had no idea what was getting ready to hit them, because this was something that Spirit has already prepared me for. And I was just especially with, let me tell you something about Chango. My daddy is Chango. My mama is Oya. I'm crowned Oya. Oya is my head Orisha, but Chango is my daddy. And a lot of people, when they try to think of the energy of Chango, they think of might. I don't think of Chango as might. And not trying to talk about your daddy, you know what I'm saying? But I don't see Chango as might. When it comes to might, I will give that to Ogun. When it comes to Chango, I think of strategic. I think of intelligence. Chango wins his battles by being the most intelligent person in the room, by being very strategic, that he will turn the tides on you very quickly and you will not know what's getting ready to hit you. A lot of people, when they think of Chango, they always want to paint Chango as this big, buff, muscular dude. And it's like, I'm gonna get you. And it's like, that's not Chango. When you really read the Painted Keys and when you really read the Odu Ifa, Chango is feminine. It says that Chango is a very feminine man. Very feminine. Chango is, beauty. Chango is the male version of Oshun. That, even though it said that Chango is real feminine, Chango, it said that, when people would see Chango, they was like, damn, every girl wanted to sleep with him, every male wanted to be him. And, Tango has a lot of Painted Keys and everything that he could not keep that thing in his pants, and he slept with everybody. But Chango is known for being very strategic. And when I went in that room, Daddy was with me, and boy, he told me what to say in that room. And when I got done speaking, it went from 3 people trying to intimidate me and trying to force me to quit to now 3 people saying, oh no, calm down. Look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to put you on a paid break and we're going to talk about a severance. Oh, now we want to talk severance. Now we want to talk severance. And let me tell you how much these Orishas work. Very powerful. The moment I left that door, the job I'm working for now ended up calling me, and I end up getting this job, making more than the previous job. So I started with them the moment I walked out that door. Like, I promise you, I kid you not, it was clockwork. The moment I walked out that door, I got a call from the next job just like that, and they were like, hey, we want you. You can start, immediately. And, the thing is, because one of the things that the Orishas was telling me when I did divination, because, things started to change at the job, they did tell me that I need to start looking for another job. It was like, you need to start looking for another job immediately. And so that's what I did. And that's why the timing of everything worked out perfectly. And so this is another message of, again, that it's very important for you to heed the words of the Orishas. When they tell you something, do it. Do not procrastinate. Do not wait. It is a reason that they are telling you to do it. Whether you agree with it or not, just get your ass up and do it. There's reasons for this. And so clearly the person Magic that was sent my way, it was effective. It was able to change the hearts of everybody at my job just like that. It was very potent magic that this person was using. But at the end of the day, the Orishas worked just as fast. Because before that magic could land, the Orishas already had the plan for me to get a huge amount in severance. So I walked away with a very huge paycheck. And then I was able to get another job. So blessings was just flowing. But they prepared me for it. And in this, it lets you know that, just because magic land and just because of magic root, it doesn't mean it is going to destroy you. Some people know how to do some very powerful magic. And that's why I'm keep telling you guys that you need to do the work. When you realize that witchcraft and stuff is coming on your life, you must do the work immediately. Because some of the stuff that I have been through, somebody is going through the exact same thing, but they have been dealing with this for the last 3 years. Because they're not doing it. Luckily, when the Orishas talk to me, I know the rituals that I can perform the rituals myself, and I can perform the ceremonies myself, and that I don't need a priest because I am a priest. But guys, if you're not a priest and you don't know these rituals, at the end of the day, no matter what, you need to get with a priest and turn these things around. Some of you, the reason why these curses stay in your life for so long, for like 3 years, 5 years, 8 years, that you're still dealing with this magic, is because you never take the time and strip it. Make the investment, do the work, and you must strip it. And don't think that it's going to be one time. You know how many times I've had to strip this witchcraft? You know how many times I've had to do ceremonies and everything else where it's like bad stuff will happen, but something good will follow right after? And so, I kid you not, they were like, oh, please, calm down and stuff like that. They were like, look, we're going to put you we're gonna put you on a leave of absence. They were like, this is gonna be a paid leave of absence, and they were like, we'll pay you for it until we're able to settle with a number. And so, we were able. It took 2 weeks. It took 2 weeks for us to settle with a number, and once I got it, I still had I paid a lawyer $500 just to look over everything to make sure that everything was solid before I signed everything. And then I got my severance package while working at another job. Boy, God is good. God is good, boy. God is good. That's the one thing that I will always tell you. The one thing that has always come easy to me is money. Money follows me. But one of the things with this witchcraft that I lost that didn't bounce back, because if I can tell you the good, I can tell you the bad. I did end up losing my partner in November. We're actually in the process of going through a divorce. And so, it was the exact same thing. It started around August that, out of the blue, everybody at the job just quickly turned on me, where it was just like, we don't like him no more. Now, let me tell you something. I already knew that it was something going up, because I'm like, I got every last one of y'all in the sweet jar. So, for y'all not to like me and y'all in my freezer, like, nah, who is working against me? Who the fuck is working against me? And so August, it was that I end up, losing my job, but what they meant for bad, it worked out for good, because I end up getting a new job and I got a severance from the old job. And so then November came around and I end up losing my partner. It was just like that, out of the blue. My partner just completely changed their mind. It's just like, oh, I don't like you anymore. I don't want to be married anymore. And boom, I had to deal with that heartbreak. But at the end of the day, even though, the Orishas haven't done anything with that love, yet, they did bless me when it came to finance, even though what was affected was love. Because even though I end up losing my partner in November, in December, the new job end up, with my job, I always get yearly bonuses. But because I didn't start until August, technically I wasn't supposed to get a bonus for the year, but they were saying like, oh my gosh, your performance and stuff have been so well, like you have come in and you have really, because I oversee 60 stores for the company. And they were like, you were able to build relationships with all of the managers. You were able to, go in and do things that the people before you were not able to do. And they were like, that was one of the reasons they had to leave, is because they couldn't get along with operations. And they were like, not only do you get along with operations, like you actually have a good working relationship with every last one of them. And so it was a lot of things that they were like, because of this, we're going to give you the yearly bonus, even though you're not eligible for it because you haven't been here for the year. That was another financial blessing, so it's like, got my financial blessing in August because of the severance package, got another financial blessing at the end of the year because I got my bonus. And then what happened that the divorce was November, and then January rolled around. January was just court. We've been going in and out of court. And March, the same thing happened at the job. They were like, you haven't been here long enough, but because of good performance and everything like that, we're gonna give you the raise that we get every year. So I end up getting a raise at my job when I wasn't supposed to get a raise. This is the reason why you want to listen to the Orishas. And so it was in that time that was the first time that I knew someone was doing death magic against me. So, I was going through the depression of the divorce around that time when I ended up getting my promotion. And, I kind of shut everybody out and stuff like that. I've already shut everybody out for months. And I finally said, you know what, I want to be around, one of my sisters. And so I end up going to Indiana so that I can spend time with one of my sisters. It was on the way back home to Arizona. I was driving, and I kid you not, it was a one-way road. Got somebody on this side, some me going this way, they're going this way. This diesel was trying to pass another diesel and literally got in my lane and was getting ready to hit me head on. I couldn't go left because there was another diesel right there, and then I would have just ran into that diesel. And so keeping straight, we would have died. And then on my right, I couldn't pull to the side because we were on a goddamn ramp. And I remember the one thing that I said, I was like, Ogun. I'm like, Ogun, you better get me the fuck out of this. And I kid you not, we were literally in a place that we couldn't get stuck, and the diesel couldn't move back over, so we both were stuck. That me and Elijah should have died that day. It was no way that we would have been able to get out of that. It was no way that we would have been able to survive that. But I kid you not, we were in the middle of that goddamn ramp, and somehow, some way, we end up getting to the end that I was able to get off the ramp, and then I pulled over to the side, and that diesel kept straight. That diesel it was so close to taking our lives. If we would have got hit by that diesel, it would have been over with, And so instantly, with what I always do, baby, when I got off that thing, I pulled off to the next exit. I went into that gas station. I grabbed me some peanuts. I grabbed me some cakes. I grabbed me just all types of stuff that they had. And I got back on that interstate, pulled on the side of the interstate, and gave offering. I gave offering to Elegua because he is the God over the road. I gave offering to Ogun because he's over everything on top of the road. I gave offering to Ochosi because he's one of the warriors and he's over law enforcement. And I gave offerings to Eshu. That, I completely gave offering. I ended up getting it was a cup of coffee. I ended up getting a cup of black coffee, a cup of coffee with sugar and cream in it for Elegua Eshu. I ended up getting some nuts and stuff for Ogun. I ended up getting some candy for Elegua and Ochosi. That, I just laid it all out on the side of the road, and I was just like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I was like, thank you, Egun, thank you, Spirit Guides, thank you, Ancestors, thank you, Sarabanda, thank you, Orisha, thank you, Yeshua. I was like, thank you, because my life could have been gone. You know what I'm saying? And I was more concerned about Elijah than I was myself. I love my son. And so, finally, now to fast forward it to present day, same thing fucking happened today. I'm on the same, different road, but the same setup, that it's just that one road that, car coming this way, me going this way. And I kid you not, somebody was again trying to bash a diesel. This time it was like a Kia Soul or whatever the fuck that car was, and literally came over and was about to hit me head on. And this time around, and this time it was in Arizona. The last time, I forgot, I think we were cutting through Texas or something because I was driving back. And so this thing was about to hit me head on. And then, eventually the person just, they went to my right. You know, they got off the road and went to my right. And so I wasn't touched. So, you know, the one thing about it is like, y'all, this is a long drawn out story, but it's like, listen to the goddamn Orishas. Listen to your ancestors. Listen to your dreams. Listen to the insight. Listen to the things that they are fucking giving you. You know, they are only trying to protect your life. You know, imagine if I would have said, you know, oh no, I don't feel like doing this spiritual path. Why the fuck do you want me to do this spiritual path? I might have my questions. You know, I might have my little dramatic, you know, outbursts, you know, when it comes to the Orishas. I might be like, you know, what the fuck? You know, this a damn, you know, this is a spiritual path to prevent death. Like, who the fuck trying to kill me? You know, I might have my little things, but at the end of the day, I have always done everything that the Orishas have told me to do. I've always done everything that Sarah Banda has told me to do. And you guys have got to learn how to do the same. I'm telling you, you choose how long you want this witchcraft to affect you. Some of you know that you are under, and I'm not talking to the ones that don't know. If you don't know, then now you're learning now. You know, and this stuff can be very powerful. Even for me with consecrated Orishas all around the house, that they will sometimes allow it to affect me, but it doesn't take me. It doesn't take me out. You know, and if you notice, like, all of this has happened in just a couple of months' time, and I did a ritual and boom, it's stripped away. You know, I don't have that story where I can say, oh, this has been affecting me for a whole year. You know, this has, you know, you guys decide how long you want this stuff to affect you. You decide how long you want to keep this up on you. You decide that. Nobody but you decide. When you're ready to get rid of all of this witchcraft and stuff like that, that's when it will go away. But not any time before that. So, of course, being me, I only came home because I wanted to do a ritual. I just wanted to return the favor. I mean, if you send me, you know, and you know, don't get me wrong. I don't send negative energy, but I will send back what was already destined for me. You know, so you know, I don't suggest everybody to do a return to sender, because sometimes when you do a return to sender, it do initiate a warfare. And if you don't know the rituals to do in order to protect yourself, then you could end up harming yourself. You know, I do return to senders because, you know, I mean, if you send it back to me, I know what to do. I know what spells to protect myself. I know the rituals. I know the ceremonies. You know, there's a lot of things. And that's why, you know, majority of the time with my clients, you know, when I do work for them, I will do the return to sender on their behalf, because if somebody try to send something back, it's going to come to the person that did the magic and not the client. It's going to come to the person that did the magic. And so I'd rather for it to come to me because I know what to do versus going back to my client and sending them negative energy. You know, but you know, sometimes y'all, we got to do the work, man. We got to do the work. You know, imagine if I didn't listen. Imagine if I did not, you know, take heed to the information that the Orishas gave me the other day. Imagine where I would have been now. You know, because even if it wouldn't have taken my life, it still would have affected me to a point where it would have been like, you should have listened. And so, you know, that's the one reason why when the Orishas speak, I listen. But y'all, it happens. People send some negative ass shit. But as you can see, it's like as they send it, the Orishas is always finding some way, somehow to bless me. So, and hopefully this message is going to be a blessing for you. You know, the Orishas have always blessed me. You know, with that job, like, I mean, some of this stuff, it amazes me with the timing of everything. Like, I kid you not. You know, the moment I had problems on that job, they put me in a position that I can get that big ass severance package and another job paying more than what I was currently getting paid. So, sometimes no matter what, this witchcraft is going to come and take something out. That magic is so strong that it's going to take something. But just like they take something, the Orishas will restore something. And so that's how it should be. It should be clockwork. And normally it would only be clockwork like that if you're doing the work. Because if you're not doing the work, that would have been horrible. I could have been out of employment for a whole 6 months to a year because I didn't prepare when the Orishas told me to prepare. The painted keys today is the painted keys of Orunmila and the Farmer's Dilemma. Orunmila, the Orisha of wisdom, knowledge, and divination, was renowned for his ability to foresee the future and offer profound guidance. People from all walks of life sought his counsel to navigate their troubles and make wise decisions. In a village, there was a hardworking farmer named Akin. Akin had always been diligent and had enjoyed bountiful harvest for many years. However, one year he began to notice strange signs. Always take the time to notice the signs of witchcraft and stuff. The soil was dying up unusually fast, and his crops were struggling despite his best efforts. Concerned, Akin decided to seek wisdom from Orunmila. Akin made the journey to Orunmila's shrine and humbly asked for his guidance. Orunmila, after performing his divination, told Akin, "The land you till is about to go through a difficult period. You must rotate your crops and let a portion of the land lay rest to gain its strength. Also, seek out new methods of irrigation to conserve water." Akin thanked Orunmila and returned to his village. However, upon sharing Orunmila's advice with his neighbors, he faced sarcasm and restriction. They said, "We always farmed this way," they argued. "Why would we change it now?" So Akin strayed from the doubts of his neighbor and his own uncertainty, and decided to continue his usual farming practices, ignoring Orunmila's advice. That is a big no-no. You never ignore the advice of Orunmila or any Orisha, but because of those neighbors, it got him in a bad state. As the season progressed, the signs of trouble, it worsened. The drought became severe. The soil fertility diminished rapidly. Akin harvest was destroyed, and his livestock was at risk. Despite Akin, the desperate Akin returned back to Orunmila, seeking help once more. Orunmila, with a mix of sternness and compassion, reminded him, "I gave you the advice to save your crops, but you chose not to listen. Now you must work even harder to recover. Follow my guidance this time, and you will restore your land." I want to stop at this one because the rest is just going to say, the rest of the painted key says that he took the advice and things became better. This part is the part that I really want to pay attention to. There's always warning before destruction. And, whether you have your consecrated Orishas or not, you have your intuition. And Spirit is speaking through that intuition every single day. That for some of you, Spirit is like, you need to quit your job. You need to quit your job. It's causing you a lot of stress. You need to look for another job. You need to look for another job. That's what Spirit is saying. That somebody I'm channeling, that Spirit has been telling you the whole time that you need to find another job. And you keep ignoring it. Spirit is like, this job is causing you a lot of stress. You're not spending time with your family the way that you're supposed to. You are neglecting things that are important at the house, your partner and everything else. And Spirit is like, you need to quit this job. And you still have, instead of keeping the job and looking for another job, you are purposely still working this job and not doing nothing. You like, oh, the job is not that bad as your hair fall out. Oh, the job is not that bad as your blood pressure go up. Oh, the job is not that bad as you're not able to sleep. And you keep saying this. But at the end of the day, there's always warning before destruction. When Spirit is telling you something that is meant to serve your highest good, and you are not willing to operate in that to serve your highest good, sometimes Spirit will force you to do it in order for it to serve your highest good. And that means, Spirit is like, look, I've given you more than enough chance to leave this job. Now Spirit is moving things around that somebody is going to end up getting fired from their job. Because Spirit is like, I told you with the judgment card that you need to quit this job. I told you need to start looking for another job so that you can find something else so that you can quit. But now since you keep trying to justify this job behavior so that you don't want to look for another job because you're being lazy, Spirit is saying, now I'm just going to have it where it's going to be a tower moment. And now you're just going to end up losing that job. And then when you lose that job, the only reason you're suffering is because you chose not to look for another job. We choose how long this curse is going to affect us. We choose it. Some of you stay in there for years, while other of us only stay in there for a couple of days. And it's all based on what we do and how we handle it. Shoot, so when the enemy come in like a flood, you can't fear. Like, come on. Like some of you, you've literally, and I know some people are like, in the comments, they like, well, we didn't know that it was a spell. I get it. And so I'm not going off on you. But some of you have literally just watched this witchcraft just eat at you. You have watched your beauty fade. You have watched, all of this stuff just go away. And now you're in a bad position because of this witchcraft that you have just allowed to eat at you. And some of you have tried that you went to priests, and it's just like what they did just didn't work. And the only thing I tell you, were you led there? The Spirit lead you there. Because Spirit should be leading you to the person that you should be, that you can go to and you can trust. Oh, Lord have mercy. I pray that Ochosi come against all these spiritual people. I pray that Ochosi come against all these spiritual people that is just taking advantage. That's taking advantage of people that have done all this, craziness. Somebody is doing magic to make somebody go crazy. Somebody is doing magic to make somebody go crazy. They want you to be completely unstable. And somebody needs to have discernment about their lovers. Some of y'all need to understand that your lover could have done a lot of stuff, but I'm telling you, it was magic involved in this. And when magic is involved, I'm not saying they're innocent. They still have free will. Ooh, somebody is stubborn on top of stubborn. With the Chariot and the Ace of Swords, it's like, damn, that person don't know how to think. Because that's stubborn. That's a stronghold on top of a stronghold. Somebody don't want you with love. But there is a new beginning regardless of what people think. Bitch, you can think whatever you want, but somebody is getting ready to get Somebody is getting ready to get love or a new beginning. God haven't failed me yet. Yep, that's confirmation. Somebody is getting a new beginning. Even a new card, the card for the clarifier for the overall energy is new beginning. Somebody is getting a new beginning. It's a new season. It's a new day. A fresh anointing is flowing my way. It's a season of power and prosperity. It's a new season flowing to me. Somebody is getting ready to get a new season. Somebody is getting ready to do a new beginning. But somebody, like, this is the energy that somebody is making you fucking crazy. Seven of Pentacles is about long-term view. And the Eight of Pentacles is all about being imprisoned in your mind. Somebody want you to be crazy. Like, be careful. This is that energy of somebody wants you cuckoo. Okay, what's that? What are you? I see dead people. But that's the energy, for real. Like, somebody there's magic that's being done to make you go crazy. And when this type of magic happens in the mental, it starts little by little. It starts little by little that you start like seeing things, hearing things, seeing spirits. Is a lot of stuff that frightens you, get you scared, and it gets you to the point that you just like, turn off the TV. It could be cameras in there. You know, this is the energy. This is the energy that's the magic. The magic is somebody is trying to make you go crazy. Like, for real. I mean, I joke about it. Hee hee ha ha, funny, funny, funny. You know, but at the end of the day, somebody is literally trying to make you go crazy. They want you to be seen as unfit and unstable. Now, see, the spirit is saying something that's not in the cards. Now, see, Spirit just said, Spirit just said that, you know, somebody want to make you sound crazy and be crazy because there's like an inheritance, there's some type of money coming in. And if they can prove that you're unstable, that you won't be able to get it. You know, now that's 9 in the cards, but that is directly what I just heard from ancestor spirit guides. That, you know, so that's a note for somebody that they need you to be stable in order to, you know, have like the courts to sign off on this money being able to come to you. They really want you to, they need you to be crazy. And like this is literally like somebody having a mental breakdown. That, you know, somebody is going to have like a big mental breakdown that they're going to be like, oh no, you need to, like, this bitch can't have this money. You know, we need to lock her up. Like, she needs, what is it called when they have somebody over you? I don't think it's a power of attorney, because I think a power of attorney is what you have to choose. I forgot what it's called when it's placed on you by the courts. Cause Britney Spears had it, and then some more people that had it. But yeah, they're gonna, these people want you to be crazy. There's magic to like make you really go crazy. Ace of Wands is all about magic, you know. But it's saying that there's a new beginning, and I think that that's where the new beginning is coming in. That is that there's money getting ready to come in for somebody, but they want you to be crazy. There's a coven that's working on this. There is a coven that is working on this. You know, and it's saying that with your lover, you need to have discernment. With your lover, you need to have discernment because, some of you are having bad problems and stuff in your relationships, people turning against you and stuff. And at the end of the day, it's not them, it is the magic that is being projected in your life. Stop thinking that it's the person when it's the magic. You know, you have beauty and charm that someone could be trying to attack your beauty and charm. That, they're attacking it where people don't find you attractive anymore. People don't find you loving anymore. Your crowning is, stronghold on top of stronghold. You got the chariot with the king of swords. They both represent strong strength. And this is the power of this magic. Like, this magic is very powerful on somebody's life, and it's so powerful that there's going to end up being a releasing of your family. That, this could be a loved one walking away from you. This could be family members choosing not to fuck with you no more. That, this person is closing doors of love in your life that is making everybody against you. That is apparently clear. You got a lot of places, the love, the crossing energy, the crowning energy, because even here, the 10 of Pentacles in the challenge position, the 10 of Cups in the challenge position with the Queen of Cups, which is being represented as you as the divine feminine, it's saying that they're trying to close love. They're trying to take the 10 of Cups away from you. And, they want you to feel trapped. They want you to feel trapped. But you got to understand how much power you have in this situation. You have a lot of power in this situation. You decide how long this magic is going to last. You decide that. But somebody is doing magic to make you go crazy. But the most important thing you could do is make sure that you are listening to the Orishas when they speak. Very important for you to listen to the Orishas when they speak. Ooh. And protect your mind. Somebody needs to wrap their hair up in white. You need to wrap your hair in white for the next couple of days, just so that people can't be projecting whatever it is that they want. But I shared my story with you guys, and hopefully it helps you out because, like I said, people have sent me magic, and even though it has landed and it has affected something, blessings came just as fast. Soon as it's like, that's what the Orishas have always been like with me. That sometimes when they let something happen, like the bad thing will come at 1 p.m. and then something good will follow up with that at 10:30. Normally they are really good at blessing me because I'm always taking my time to honor and acknowledge the ancestors and the Orishas for everything that they have done. Gratitude goes far with them. They will remember you in time of trouble when you're constantly sowing seeds of gratitude. But let's make sure that we're paying attention and listening to what the Orishas have to say. Please. Imagine if I didn't listen. Imagine if I didn't listen, what story I would have been able to tell you today. It could have been a different outcome.